What's happening, y'all? This is Andrew from Mirror Music, coming back with, again, another, one of the final, actually, Magic 2 reaction videos. This one is from BOKEEM Woodbine. My initial thoughts about this, just from the title, first of all, I didn't know that that was a real actor or a real person. I thought it was like a fictional character, somebody that was made up. But that is my ignorance. I looked it up. He is a real actor. And the juxtaposition between that one and that song and the next one, which is Irvin Magic Johnson, who has a very obvious magic-related name, right? So, first of all, I want you to tell me in the comments or somewhere, like, does BOKEEM Woodbine have a character that's related to magic? Was he a magician? Was he a priest? Was he a, I don't know, whatever. Like, help me out. Help me see the connection between the guy's name, which is a really cool name, and just independent of it being a real person, it fits in the. It feels like it fits in the track listing anyway. So help me out with that. But for now, let's listen to the song and see what we got. Ooh, that's some reggae. My brain's saying Shaggy. I don't know. Who is it really?
I know some goofies that want to scout me. Ouch. Wipe out my accounts, leave me neat and mouth to mouth. But that just aroused my style. Then I party like I'm Tony in the South Beach house.
I remember we talked in an earlier episode about it was in the one with Pat Riley, which is the Magic Johnson song. I guess that's another way those two songs go together. The Tony in a South Beach house, that's, you know, Tony Montana and Scarface. So he's comparing himself to that already, which is a very celebratory kind of image, but it also goes with the reggae beat too.
Like I'm still living couch to couch. Motivation for the trappers living ounce to ounce. This is rock star status. Neil Young with a bounce.
I remember the first time I heard him say rock star status, I'm Neil Young with a bounce. I didn't almost drive my car off the road, but like my mouth was, because I was driving my daughter to daycare, and my mouth just like hung open. It is probably arrogant to think that he listens to any of the podcasts that Coop and I make. Nas, if you do, we love you. Obviously, you're amazing. But we did an episode. Coop and I did one of our most popular episodes was comparing KD3's "Once a Man, Twice a Child" to Neil Young's song "Old Man," and talk about aging and what that looks like in popular culture and in black culture, and the advice that both Neil Young and Nas were giving to us. It is, I'm sure, incredibly arrogant to think that Nas is winking at that episode from in this song, but it makes me feel good, so I'm going to continue to think that until he corrects me anyway. It's more likely, obviously, that he just sees the same point of comparison that we do, that they're both supreme lyricists. They're both widely respected around the world, as lyricists, as activists, as people who don't take any off of anybody, as honorable people. Like, I mean, all of those things are very similar from both of them. I love that line so much. We'll have to, when the chorus comes back around, we'll talk more about those lyrics too.
That make you uncomfortable and make you say ouch. Snub nose like the Columbos and Bananos. Rum in the cup holder, hitting bumps and spill on the sandals.
This is all like
I drew attention with
Caribbean.
artistic vision. Make an incision like Alonzo did to Joshua and Jason's lyric. I think I caught the Holy Spirit. I put my soul in lyrics. Closed casket and we know who did it. ESCO, I'm in the pole position. Yo, she chose his pimp and put the pain inside the music cause I know
Listen to how that it was just a line and line and line, and then da 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 da, da. Like I don't you come back and listen to like how he puts that line together a little bit.
The Holy Spirit, I put my soul in lyrics. Closed casket and we know who did it. ESCO, I'm in the pole position. Yo, she chose his pimp and put the pain inside the music.
ESCO in the pole position, like that's a whole line, whole bar, right? I mean, technically the way he says it, ESCO is kind of a bar, and then in the pole position is the second one. But the way he continues after that and threads it all together after having like bar, and they're kind of separated feeling before that, and now he's like weaving it all together and changing it up just a touch. But man, like, those of you who are not as familiar with hip-hop culture who may be watching this, to learn more about Nas, I hope you realize how difficult that is to do. That's poetically, rhythmically, and just like breath control wise, it's incredibly difficult to do. So respect.
Music 'cause I know they listen. Remember I sat on Coogee Rap Couch, Draco Ether, we could have blacked out. He pulled the track out, thinking about what to rap out. Snapping like Krishan and Blueface, trading balls.
Yeah, Coop has told me the story actually, that Nas was like around Coogee Rap when, like, in Queensbridge, when they were recording, when Coogee Rap was recording his album, like late 80s, early 90s, and then Nas when he was a young man too. And he would have been, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old at that time. I am proud that Coop has taught me enough that I actually recognize that story. That's pretty cool.
With the guards till they get the screw face. Ouch, I know that's painful, like playing hoops and sprain your ankles, or getting robbed for your Jesus. Your girl ain't stay true, that shit'll hurt you like.
There's lots of references to the Jesus, to, I assume, like to his crucifix, to like his necklace. He references it multiple times in multiple songs.
K-do, being crossed by your homie, wow, he ain't the same dude. I'm bent off good wine like BOKEEM, WOODBINE, home reading the script, lighting.
So he's bent off good wine like BOKEEM, WOODBINE. So that's the actual reference to the person. Maybe, I don't know, like, what is that reference? I know who the person is, obviously, but he's clearly referencing something specific. So if you guys can like fill me in on what that is, that would be great.
Not from a good line, not no cocaine. This that crack though. She asked for my passcode. She got what she asked for. Ouch. I know some goofies that wanna scout me. Ouch. Wipe out my accounts, leave me neat and mouth to mouth. But that just aroused my style. Then I party like I'm Tony in the South Beach house.
So the setup of that chorus is there are people who want Nas to lose, right? They want him to be like out of the game. They want him to be gone or whatever. But the phrase he uses, it just aroused my style, right? Like, it just, he took it as a challenge, right? He took it as a challenge. It kind of awoken, is that a real word? Awakened is the word I'm looking for. It kind of awakened his creative juices, so to speak. And he's kind of almost crediting that for snapping him out of a creative lull, so to speak.
Bars hitting like I'm still living couch to couch. Motivation.
I love that line so much. Bars still hitting like I'm living couch to couch. Like, so the idea that it's all still new, it's all still fresh, he's rapping like a young Nas or a young MC, one who doesn't have everything he has in the world, one who's still hungry, one who still wants to prove himself to the world. And all of these projects, Magic 2 included, seem like they not come from a younger man, because the perspective is from somebody who is more experienced, but it is the perspective of somebody who's still hungry and still has something to prove and still wants to prove how good he is. I've heard Mike D and Coop say on According to Hip Hop multiple times that Nas is not just the greatest MC of all time, like historically speaking, but by many metrics is the best active today, not because of what he did 30 years ago or 25 years ago or whatever, but because of what he is currently doing right now, which is astonishing to say. And I don't know that you could say that for any other artist ever in the history of music, of any kind of music.
For the trappers living ounce to ounce. This is rock star status, Neil Young with a bounce. I know that make you uncomfortable and make you say ouch. Ouch. My view is they only do
So the chorus is turning the ouch on somebody else, right? I mean, that's kind of the point of both the hook and the song, that the beginning of it is they want him to say ouch, but he's using the chorus and the song to like turn that around, right? To make you say out, like his opponent. he's turned that around. So, and he does that just within a couple bars of a hook too.
Knife in my back and I wear the wounds like razor blades and lemon juice. I know it's hurting them how I move.
I love how that reggae blends in there. Man, it's nice.
You a sniper, she a sniper. Ouch. That's a painful situation. Ouch. You know when they say jokes, but it be real. Ouch. You might take it like they hate it. Pain pills can't even help you. Don't even matter if you're sedated. And you be swearing you that boy. Then why shorty got you waiting? Ouch.
He's talking about other painful situations.
Ouch. Shit, feel good. It feel good. Shit feel good, bro. Feel good is that good type of pain.
It's a good type of pain. Like, and he's also talking about in that last outro kind of bit, the idea that one, some kinds of pain are good, but also talking about kinds of pain, like emotional pain. He says, like, that pain pills can't touch, right? Like taking painkillers is not going to get rid of emotional pain. It gets rid of physical pain, right? So it's also, so the song in some ways is about transcending that pain, and learning to appreciate it, right? That good things come through struggle. That's one of those other themes of this album, right? That he has struggled in his life, and now he is Tony in a South Beach house, right? He is in the celebratory portion of his life. But I mean, obviously, if you're familiar with Scarface, I assume most people watching this are. Tony in a South Beach house is not all beauty and roses, right? He's by that point in the movie, he's kind of melting down a little bit too. That's not to suggest that Nas is doing that. But to say that there is pleasure and pain, pleasure and pain, and pleasure in pain, in some kinds of pain, because it shows you the kind of things that you're able to survive. Hope that helped, and we'll see you all next time. Take care, y'all.